Asparagus has a long and storied history. It was mentioned in the myths and the scholarly writings of ancient Greece, and its cultivation was the subject of a detailed lesson in Cato the Elder's treatise on agriculture. Subscribe to our channel for more fascinating facts about food and science. But it wasn't until the turn of the 18th century that discussion of the link between asparagus and odorous urine emerged. In 1731, John Arbuthnot, physician to Queen Anne, noted that asparagus affects the urine with a fetid smell, and therefore have been suspected by some physicians as not friendly to the kidneys. Benjamin Franklin also noticed that eating asparagus shall give our urine a disagreeable odor. Since then, there has been debate over what is responsible for the stinky pea phenomenon. Polish chemist and Dr. Marceli Nenke identified a compound called methanethiol as the cause in 1891, after a study that involved 4 men eating about 3.5 pounds of asparagus apiece. In 1975, Robert H. White, a chemist at the University of California at San Diego, used gas chromatography to pin down several compounds known as S-methylthioesters as the culprits. Other researchers have blamed various sulfur-containing metabolites. What is asparagusic acid? Asparagusic acid, typically found in asparagus, contains sulfur and can sometimes lead to pungent odors. One study demonstrated that asparagusic acid taken orally by subjects known to produce stinky asparagus pea produced odorous urine. The researchers concluded that asparagusic acid and its derivatives are the precursors of urinary odor, compared in different scientific papers to the smell of rotten cabbage, boiling cabbage, and vegetable soup. The various compounds that contribute to the distinct smell, and were sometimes blamed as the sole cause in the past, are metabolized from asparagusic acid. Exactly how these compounds are produced as we digest asparagus remains unclear, so let's turn to an equally compelling but more answerable question. Why can't some people smell asparagus pea? For a 1980 study, subjects whose pee stank sniffed the urine of subjects whose pee supposedly didn't. Guess what? The pee stank. It turns out we're not only divided by the ability to produce odorous asparagus pea, but the ability to smell it. A 2016 study by the Harvard School of Public Health found that more than 800 genes regulate whether a person can detect funky smells in their pee after chomping down on asparagus. After analyzing results from nearly 7,000 participants, they determined that roughly 60% were asparagus anosmic, meaning they didn't pick up on any urine odors. An inability to perceive a smell, anosmia, keeps certain people from smelling the compounds that make up even the most offensive asparagus pea, and like those who produce less stinky pea, they're in the majority. Producing and perceiving asparagus pea don't go hand in hand either. The 1980 study found that some people who don't produce stinky pea could detect the rotten cabbage smell in another person's urine. On the flip side, some stink producers aren't able to pick up the scent in their own urine or the urine of others either. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more fascinating facts.